Think about all the time these public figures stood in your face, TV shows, interviews, articles, and said, all it takes is a little bit of hard work and determination. When that wasn't even the case. It may have started off like that, but it turned into something dark and sinister. I'll be back. Hey, welcome everyone. Let's get into this content. Looks like another one has bit the dust. Mike Jeffries, an ex-CEO or former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, was arrested Tuesday morning on trafficking charges that allege he paid dozens of men to fly out to extravagant events around the world, from New York to Morocco and St. Barts. So that's what they do. They make all this money. Do you think these people were always that way, or do you think when they got into the world of the rich and famous, they turned that way? They got turned out. Let's continue. The 80-year-old fashion mogul was taken into custody along with his partner, Matt Smith, and another man, Jim Jacobson. A source told the Daily Beast Smith's arrest comes a year after he was accused of actually exploiting male models in a lawsuit. The indictment filed in the Eastern District of New York and obtained by the Daily Mail alleges that Jeffries and Smith had with aspiring male models between December 2008 and March 2015, after Jacobson traveled throughout the United States and internationally to recruit them. Part of that recruitment, prosecutors allege, saw Jacobson's pressure men into performing S acts on him, something prosecutors describe as a tryout before they were allowed to attend the so-called S events with Smith and Jeffries. The group also are accused of operating a sick referral system that rewarded models who recruited others to meet with Jacobson, after oftentimes lying about the true nature of the meeting to reap benefits. Prosecutors claim that some victims were led to believe they received modeling opportunities at Abercrombie if they complied with the trio's sexual demands. On the inverse, Jeffrey is also accused of threatening to end the modeling careers of men if they didn't comply, to convince models to participate in S acts, including some who said they were heterosexual. The trio allegedly spoke of modeling opportunities that did not exist. This was after they'd allegedly give aspiring models itineraries for the S events that did not refer to commercial S. Once at the parties, prosecutors said security was hired to control who went in and out. Inside, men were allegedly ordered to wear costumes, use S toys to prepare for particular sexual acts, and alter their appearance for Smith and Jeffries. On occasions, victims were allegedly injected with a prescription-grade erection, including substance for the purpose of causing the men to engage in S acts in which they were otherwise physically incapable or unwilling. The indictment said parties would continue until Jeffries and Smith decided they were over. Sound like their own rendition of a FO, right? With others not permitted to leave at any time they wished. Phones were allegedly not permitted inside the S event, and indictment said attendees were required to sign a strict non-disclosure agreement afterwards. Prosecutors said victims were forced to consume alcohol, Viagra, and muscle relaxants known as poppers. The S parties allegedly took place in New York City, but also at locations in England, France, Italy, Morocco, and St. Bartholomew. Federal prosecutors are set to hold press conference at noon Tuesday. The investigation was acknowledged by prosecutors in January after several alleged victims filed a lawsuit in 2023. Today's arrests are monumental for the aspiring male models who were victimized by these individuals. Brittany Henderson, an attorney who represented some of the alleged victims in the civil lawsuit, told the Daily Beast in a statement, "Their fight for justice does not end here. We look forward to holding Abercrombie and Fitch liable for facilitating this terrible conduct and ensuring that this cannot happen again." Abercrombie declined to comment on the arrest. The BBC published an investigation in 23 claiming men were sexually auditioned by a middleman before they were introduced to Jeffries or Smith. The middleman, who was described in the report as having a missing nose covered with a snakeskin patch. That sounds like a movie, right? Was identified by the broadcaster as Jim Jacobson. Male models alleged in a lawsuit that Jeffrey used the promise of work at Abercrombie to lure them to destinations around the world where they were then forced into sex with him or others. The BBC claims some of the alleged abuse took place at events held in luxurious hotels in Paris, Venice, and London, as well as in Jeffries' New York residences. Responding to the lawsuit, Jeffries' lawyers previously said their client vehemently denies every allegation made against him in the complaint. Of course they do. How many people actually come out and say, "Yeah, I did it. Okay, come on, let's get this over with"? How many actually do that? Jeffries left Abercrombie in 2014 after a 22-year tenure at the top of the company, a period marked by major success for the brand built in parts by its provocative, sexually charged advertising. When the BBC's investigation was published, Abercrombie said it had asked a law firm to look into the allegation. It added that it was appalled and disgusted by Jeffries' alleged behavior, saying the company has zero tolerance for abuse, harassment, or discrimination of any kind. We will respond in detail to allegations after the indictment is unsealed, when appropriate, but plan to do so in the courthouse, not the media. And I come to the conclusion that when these people are in their positions for years, like 20, 30 years, like Diddy, like Jeffries, it's because they were willing to do what they needed to do to stay there. And if there are people behind them that are indulging in the things that these individuals do or allegedly do, and they enjoy what these individuals do to feed their darkness, they're going to stay up there for a long time. Look how long Diddy stayed up there, because he was willing to do things that I'm sure a lot of people didn't want to do. And so now that Diddy is coming out trying to get people to be silent, now all of a sudden I ascertain that it's some darker things, darker, sick, filthy things that are about to come out, more than what we've heard. People have alleged and people have come out and said they witnessed. So I'm trying to see if I can link these two together. I haven't found any photos of them online together. I was searching to see if I saw any kind of photos of Mike Jeffries and Diddy together, and I have not found one. So that's kind of peculiar to me. Okay, I'll be back. See you in the next video. Take care.